My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 5th, 2026. It is 2:28 a.m. So I just posted this on my community board. A lot of the tweet that I see going on is about heavy security. So I put a list together and we're gonna go over some of those tweets. And I did say I'm not gonna be talking about Joshua. There was a funeral going on. So I posted on my community board and that'll be it. I did not put it on the list because I just don't know what to say. And it's very, really, I don't know what to say. All right, so let's go on Twitter. We will be talking about heavy security. Let's see what's going on. I have this on the list, but that's not what I have as first. First tweet. All right. If true that Prince Harry is getting his security back, I'm glad. It's long overdue. RAVEC fought a new risk assessment because they knew it will confirm he faces the highest risk of them all. Anyone with even half a brain cell could say it was always an establishment stitch-up. Prince Harry went fight for tax-funded armed police protection in Britain. You know, Invictus is coming. Harry probably was saying maybe if since the UK won the Invictus, and he probably said, look, the kind of like leading to 1 year for the Invictus, you know, all the excitement that usually happen, and the UK wants that jealousy when Harry went to Germany, when he went to Canada, that leading up to the 1 year. Harry probably said, nope, I'm not going to do that because I'm not safe, this and that. So that probably was a bargain. And the UK right now, what's happening with things with the US and Venezuela, the UK already removed itself from that. There is so much going on. I know some of you, I read the comments. Some of you said, you know, this is your platform. You don't want to talk about certain things. You have the right to not to. I understand all of this. At the same time, I need to check to see what in the political aspect, what's going on, so I'm not completely in the blank. But occasionally when I'm doing those kind of discussion, different things popped up in my mind. There are times when I'm saying certain things and I'm seeing the image in my, in my head, but what's going in my head doesn't interpret the same thing with what I'm saying. And I'm the one who's editing the thing, and sometimes I made some mistakes, and you guys correct me in the comment section. I will let you know. And different things. There's a whole bunch of things. Many of you may say, what am I talking about? What I'm saying is that there are so many things that is being at play right now. They are fooling the vast majority, the ones who don't have a seat at the table, the ones who's not decision makers. They are fooling us, because if there is an uprising among the vast, these people who think that they're gonna live forever with their wealth, they will not be able to live comfortable. So they do not want the vast majority of us to be awakened or to fight back or something. So each one of them in different part of the world, the top 1%ers, they're all connected. They are on the same page. One of them is helping each other. What's happening here is that Harry saw the opportunity for him to get his security. Once the UK won the Invictus, to host the Invictus, now Harry probably saw, okay, there's an opportunity for me to get my security and to have some sort of a discussion. And he knew the whole system was unfair to him. And there's people who's in the UK who work for RAVEC and the police type of things who give their assessment of what's going on for the decision makers to make the decision. They've spoke out. They saw Harry was treated badly. The way the decision was made was unfair. So they spoke out. They let us know. So it's like, I don't want to be part of this. I'm just going to tell the truth, and decision makers could do what it needs to be done. So don't blame us if something were to happen. So when Invictus was awarded to the UK, Harry probably said, fine, they could get it. But all the things I usually do for other countries, leading up to the 1 year, I'm not going to do it. Because yes, I could bring my security, but the type Harry grew up in that institution. He knows what these people could do. So he probably said, look, I'm not going to do it, but that security that I need, if I can't get it, I'm not going to show up to do what needs to be done. All right? And then the UK is very jealous. Okay? And after the mess, they entangle themselves with the US. It may not seem with the US, but they are. Okay? If you're paying attention, they are. What's going on with Venezuela and the US, they are part of it, but they took themselves out. They made a public announcement saying that, oh, they're not going to share intelligence with the United States because of this, because of that, after they already set the stage for the US to do what it needs to be done. And then they removed themselves. So now, the distraction, there's probably going to be a war, okay? Maybe, I'm saying Canada, not Canada. What is it? I don't think China will get itself involved, but it will China will put itself in a position, if push come to shove, they will get involved. Similar to what happened with Russia and Ukraine. They position themselves where they don't get themselves too involved, but they make themselves present that if push come to shove, they will get involved. But Russia, let's say all the other small little countries, okay, black people better stay away from this mess because it's not their issues. Because all I could see here, they will get all those brown and black people to do the dirty work for them. And when push comes to shove for help, nobody's going to come and help them. Okay? So I'm still not making it clear with the Invictus, with heavy security, and the US and Venezuela. The only thing I could say is Harry used his leverage. Harry knows his popularity, his need to be, wherever he goes, for the UK to be seen popular and all of that. So he used his leverage to get his security. And I think this is what was at play during that time of the review. Because he did everything. This is why he made everything public. He went to court to let people know that he wants security. So if something were to happen, they don't say the same BS that they say about his mother did not want security. What was the narrative that they said? Princess Diana said that Charles people will spy on her and all of that. So Harry quashed all of this. Okay? He went to court. He did interviews. He said wherever he goes, his father asked head of state of that respective countries to not provide him security.
I actually couldn't believe it. I thought with all the disagreements and all of the chaos that's happening, the one thing that I could rely on is my family keeping me safe. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
So Harry released everything. So in other words, Harry cornered these people So don't say that I didn't need security. All right. And then, we are in 2026. The lawsuit, the last lawsuit he has, I think, with, is it the Sun or Diddy Fell? One of those papers. There were 3. So this is the last one. Okay, it's coming up. So when he needs to go to the UK to present himself in court and things like that, all of that. Okay, I spoke too much. Hopefully you understand my rumbling, my rant. Okay, Prince Harry went fight for tax-funded armed police protection in Britain. All right, full article. So I'll put this in the description if you want to read it because the squaddy archived it. All right, so that's GB News. All right, maybe I'll read some of it. Prince Harry has won his battle for tax-funded armed police protection whenever he visits the UK, according to report. The Duke of Sussex lost a bitter legal battle against the Home Office back in May over whether he was still entitled to protection after stepping down as a working royal. He then wrote to Home Secretary Sabana Mahmood in September in search of a review. Then in December, the department requested a new risk assessment on the threat posed to the Duke in Britain. Sources close to the Sussexes have now told the Mail that he has won his new fight for a publicly funded security detail. Sources close to the Duke. This is where I have a question mark here. Unless Harry and Meghan come out and said so, or their spokesperson, then I'll believe it. So right now, let's just put a question mark with all of this. Alright, they said the reinstatement of Harry's armed police escort has been assured after the fresh risk assessment was carried out for the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVEC. It's now a formality. Sources, that's a quote. Sources at the Home Office have indicated that security is now nailed on for Harry, they added. According to the Mail, RAVEC board members have now decided that the Duke does meet the threshold for protection. RAVEC now has little choice but to approve his request. The only thing that could scupper his approval now will be an intervention from the palace, a source said on Saturday. Well, if this is true, okay. Oh, what happened? If this is true, what is it? The palace does not want any finger being pointed at them. Okay? Harry cornered them. Harry cornered them, so the palace would not dare open its mouth on that. They did everything in their power to make it seem like they're not the one who's involved. So again, if this is true, the palace is not going to say anything because now all eyes will be on them. Alright, the prince's recent demand for armed protection follows a double run and with a stalker, but before then, he has consistently argued that Britain is not safe for him and his family to visit without it. Harry was given police protection for 1 day on a trip to the UK in September for the Diana Awards, the day after he met the king at Climax house. You see, he could do. Charles had the power to do so. A female stalker who had previously made threat online was able to access a security zone at the awards. The Duke was reported to have been left feeling abandoned when 2 days later, the same woman made her way to within a stone's throw at him. Alright, so there's more. I'll leave it. I mean, it's not that much, but you guys could... oh, there's some comments under the... Oh. What the hell is this? I didn't press that. Okay. I'll leave the link in the description. Let me pause and do it now. I don't know what that thing was doing. I closed it, by the way, just in case. So it's an archive. You guys could read it, okay? I really hope this is true, as the Sussexes are the only members of that family that deserve the highest protection. Protection from their own family. Prince Harry does not currently have automatic taxpayers-funded 24 hours government security in the UK after it was stripped in 2020, following his step down as a working royal. However, as of December 2025, he has won a Home Office review of this decision, but I'm crossing my finger with hope. There's that. He has to get his security back. try to imagine Invictus 2027 in Birmingham without Prince Harry or lack of adequate security. There's the thinking face. This would be a disaster for the institution and the family as a whole. I hope the drip the news on someone's birthday. She's so insecure. Alright, so there's that. Good for Harry for getting his security back. Now I can just imagine how incandescent with rage them really is right now with this news. A full tantrum, I'm sure. Yeah, it was him who prevent Harry from being a working warrior to do the 50-50. Okay, it's all Invictus related. I think so too. I really think so too. Harry used his leverage and said, look, you could have Invictus, but if I don't have the security, I can't show up. I'm not gonna show up. So he used his leverage. Alright, it's all Invictus related, as well as avoiding Harry announcing that his wife will skip the only Invictus ever since their union. And that's on British soil. Okay, interesting that RAVEC appears to be painted as the holdout. There's that, when everyone knows it was Charles Bullion. Okay, plus even with Harry's security level restored, I still do not wish to see Meghan back in the UK. Alright, before 2030. And the same for Archie and Lilibet. The British media shouldn't be rewarded. Okay. Oh, now I wonder if this is the reason those stories come out about KP getting broken into or whatever. Did I share these these tweets? I did come across it, saying that yes, I did see it. I know what she's talking about, but I don't remember talking about it in a video. I thought maybe they were trying to manufacture consent for their move to Forest Lodge, but I'm wondering now if they were trying to say they were more at risk than Harry and Meghan. That makes sense. I did see those headlines. Fully deserved to get his security back, so please for Prince Harry. Alright, they knew they had to change it because 2027 Invictus, and because it looked bad on the firm. This is not being done for altruistic purposes, but calculated self-congratulatory effect. I pray Harry gets out in 2027 safely. I do not trust those security either around them. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I spent too much time on the first tweet itself. Alright, next one is making reference to Harry's security. I didn't expect to read the article as well. Tomorrow I have to go somewhere. Is that the one I just read? Listen, okay, no. The Duke of Sussex has won back police protection, which could lead to his children visiting the king for the first time in years. Listen, okay, so this is the part. I have this video by itself where where Harry was saying about his father telling head of states from different countries to not provide him security. The West themselves have invited so much hatred toward myself, my wife, and even our children. That's hard to forgive. All right, 16 seconds.
It's the minority of people, especially those that read the tabloids and the press themselves. The press themselves have incited so much hatred towards myself, my wife, and even our children. That's hard to forgive. It's the minority.
Okay, so that's not the part where he's saying about his father, saying other head of state. But I have it though.
I actually couldn't believe it. I thought with all the disagreements and all of the chaos that's happening, the one thing that I could rely on is my family keeping me safe. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
Keyword, his children by so God. These people are freaking ridiculous. There's one response on there. I don't want to waste time. Despite not being a working royal, he's apparently re-secure arm protection, so he may, on the basis of this, condescend to bring his children to see their grandfather. To be honest, I'm not sure that His Majesty give much of a toss about him and his dodgy... please. They should stop talking about him though. I really don't think... Charles doesn't care. I will give him that as well. I sort of agree with this. Charles doesn't care about any of his kids because he never liked Princess Diana. I have said this before. There's 9 comment under this. Okay, arm protection is based on threat level and has nothing to do with whether a royal is working or not. The king doesn't get security because he is working. His Majesty doesn't care. I will agree, this isn't about him. Okay, did I read this wrong? To be honest, I'm not sure that His Majesty give much a toss about him. Yeah, I did read it correctly. This last part, yes, I do agree. I don't think Charles care about any of his kids, including William as well. All right. Oh, Charles doesn't give a toss now. Remember that the next time you feel inclined to accuse them of keeping the kids away from their grandfather, the goalposts always change with you. Oh, please. No. It's you guys who keeps on keep on changing it. All right. Let's see. There's one girl. Of course, I hate them. What they did to the Queen and Philip was absolutely disgusting. What? Okay. So these are the Rangers talking nonsense. But whatever. Let's go to the next tweet. The goalpost. It's the UK. All that. Okay. All the thing that you see happening to Harry and Meghan, it's the royal family who created it. Okay? Harry wanted to do 50-50. They didn't want that. The thing with the, what is it? I have something about the Syndrium Summit. And the printer wasn't working. They didn't want to change it. Everything was set up the way that they wanted it.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
But what happened is that they were hoping when Harry and Meghan left the UK, Harry and Meghan would be starving or calling back or in need of stuff. They never thought that Harry and Meghan will use their brain to create things from scratch. The leftovers in the UK, they don't know how to create things from scratch. If those wealth wasn't left for them and the system wasn't catered to them, they will not know how to do shit. So they thought that all the positivity that Harry and Meghan were getting when they were in the UK, they thought that it was them who, the leftovers who needed it, who should get those praise. But when in fact, they weren't doing shit to get the praise. So when Harry and Meghan left, things been going downhill for them. So anyway, let's go to the next tweet. Prince Harry, the most vilified royal who has had violence incited against him and his wife Meghan, may finally have proper security in the UK. Now the dog part, pointing here, quote, the only thing that could scupper his approval now would be an intervention from the palace. Meanwhile, Charles, let's see here. Prince Harry finally received good news from Britain official ruling soon. Sources at the Home Office have indicated that security is now nailed on for Harry. Okay, so that was January 4th, yesterday. Prince Harry has finally received a good news from UK as the Duke has won his new fight for a publicly funded security detail when in Britain. The Mail on Sunday, citing sources close to Meghan and Harry, has disclosed that the official ruling in his favor is expected to be announced in weeks. So they didn't even announce it yet. So it's just speculation. Okay, after fresh risk assessment was carried out for the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVEC, the insider told the outlet it's now a formality. Sources at the Home Office have indicated that security is now on for Harry. Is that the article that I started reading? The source further, okay, they're saying source. If I don't hear directly, then they said they're waiting for formality. I guess Harry and Meghan are waiting until they made it public for the formality. The source further said RAVEC's risk management board members have now decided that Harry does meet the threshold for protection. However, the mole said the only thing that could scupper his approval now will be an intervention from the palace. Harry, who stepped down as a senior, it's not him who stepped down. They kick him out. William kicked him out. Right? They keep on making this as if this is the narrative that went on. Harry told us it went on in court. That they wrote the thing, and Harry mentioned it in his book Spare. Harry, who stepped down as senior working royal with Meghan back in 2020, lost a bitter legal battle against the Home Office back in May over whether he was still entitled to protection after the major move. They kick him out. They remove his security. When he said he wants to pay for it, they said no. All of this. Later, Harry wrote to Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood in September in search of a review. In December 2025, the department requested a new risk assessment on the threat posed to the Duke in Britain. You know, if Harry ever bring his kids to visit his father, okay, the public don't need to know. The public doesn't have to know. Okay, he could come, him and Meghan, if Meghan decided to go. I don't know. I did say if Meghan ever go, I'm not gonna report it. But if they decided to go, the parents could make it public, but the kids could go privately. The public don't need to see the kid's face. Or like I've said in past videos, put a mask on them similar to what Michael Jackson used to do with his kids when his kids are in public with them. And then when the kids go meet the king, okay, they don't have, it could be just private. All right. So the powers that be are finally admitting that the only obstacle to Harry receiving security has always been the palace. Yep, they are finally admitting it. Yeah, Harry cornered them. All right. And then that woman who was appointed to Mahmood or something like that, the Home Office, I think did the right thing, then even listen to the palace or whatever, and did her job in accordance. They're not dead this time. Princess Diana was killed in 1997, August 31st, under Tony Blair's regime. I don't believe that Mr. Stormer will want another death. God forbid under another Labour Party administration, especially Prince Harry or any of his little family member. Diana is watching. Okay, we always knew that the palace has the last word no matter how much they try to deny it and blame the Home Office. Yeah, they did that thing. They use all their option. The palace used all of its option. And Harry didn't even know some of the people who were on RAVEC also work in the palace. All right, Daddy Phil is trying to sabotage the outcome. No way will the Sussexes leak such delicate information. Exactly. I think so too. This is why I say I'm a bit skeptical. Because we didn't hear anything. OMG, this is going to be another delay tactic for something. I don't trust any of it. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Looks like I might have part 2 because I'm almost 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep everything 30 minutes. What is this here? Pause. Meghan needs security. These people are crazy. There's Omid here. Illness. This is almost a minute. Screenshot.
So, This is insane, guys. So I'm just going to share this right here. This is my current cart, believe it or not. So I have, let's see how many, 4,000 some odd or 40,000. Yeah, I have 44,000 orange marmalades in my cart, guys.
What?
Right now. And 137,000 signature box spreads. Yeah. So, guys, we are talking. I don't know how well you can see it. Sorry, I'm working on a much smaller like computer screen, so it's even harder for me to tell. And so, if you pull it up right here, we're gonna expand it. So, guys, I have $535,000 worth of orange marmalade in my cart and almost $6 million of Meghan's signature food spread. She has $6 million worth of food spread right now in her inventory. So this is insane.
Okay. So, what? So what? This is a business. And she told us she did when her very first thing was made public, as everyone public, and it sold out and things like that. She wanted to see the metrics so she could learn. So this is what a business person should do. So what? What is she trying to what's her point? Because it's in millions of dollars worth? It might even be more because oh my God, I don't know. This is what Omid said, it's an illness. All right, someone needs to ask her how many people watch Kitty's Christmas concert. This the depravity that is racism, and how white people cannot rest unless they are successful and harming people of color. Years after Meghan's departure, this is still going on. Quite sick. Gummy is such a low-life scavenger. This loser is psycho and truly disturbed. Whatever was this deranged doing before Meghan? This sick, deluded person must use a skinny filter. This is insane, she says. Oh my God, they are sick, obsessed. I mean, what is she trying to... This is a business. I don't know. I really don't know. Did I put... Okay, so it's the same thing again. They retweeted it. Mentally well people aren't doing this. Alright, I don't understand why she doesn't do this for the other royal shops like Highgrove. Did she even bother watching Kate's Christmas concert? Madness, psychotic conduct, and moral dastard. A medical intervention is needed here. Emergency immediately. I hope the team sees this and put a limit to... Well, she didn't check out. Alright, she just showing. She didn't check out. Alright, I hope the team sees this and put a limit on what can be put in the cart. This is absolutely madness. Let me see. 2 people. Okay, I believe they do. I have read something about that. Within a period of time, they will remove the item. Okay, they shouldn't even be allowed to order that much. I went to Highgrove site to test it, and the maximum gem I could put in the cart was 16. I know it may affect some squaddies who buy in bulk, but loyal customers will place multiple orders if need be. Also, what is in your cart isn't representative of what is inventory. I feel like that's pretty obvious. These people have a weird obsession. Yeah. This is what I was like. She probably even have more. I don't know. What's in these people's brain? Bottom up. And then that will be it, and I'll go to the next one. And this whack job will lose her shit if they were removed from her cart to send to those waiting. She seriously need help. She should definitely be on the fixated list. Sad people with empty lives. They didn't watch A Christmas Carol with fake piano playing like this. And sad part of this is utter nonsense and means zero to Meghan's actual inventory. Holding items and cyber cart means zero in real world, period. Only deranged lunatic will do this or listen to this BS and think it means anything real. Social media, especially X and TikTok, create a sociopath. That's why Harry got it finally. That only obsessed, threatened stalker got super close to him twice when in Britain. Maybe this person is trying to make sure Meghan gets security too. I hope the team sees. Okay, I read this already. Let's go to the next tweet. This is making reference to security. This might be part 2 because I'm already 30 minutes. Let's pause this. Yeah. My next video, I'm gonna start with this. All right, I'm already 30 minutes, and tomorrow I have a place to go. All right, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.